Good morning. Happy Facebook Friday. We're here broadcasting from Chicago Title Headquarters here in the High Desert. Today we're going to go over how to read your plat map, which is monumentally important because the one thing you do not want to do is sell the wrong piece of property, which has happened before. The agent has sold a property before to a builder. The builder built the house on it and come to find out it was the wrong parcel. So it's really important. Selling the wrong property does wonders for your E&O insurance. Brokers love that. So anyhow, what we're going to do first, the first thing I'm going to do before we jump into the actual plat map, what I want to do, I want to go over a little bit on how your parcel number works. Now, I do a more in-depth class in our vacant land workshop, but I'm just going to show you a few things here that will help get you by until you come to one of our classes where I go a lot more in depth on the different maps. Oops. Okay. Okay. So a lot of times when these people bring in their tax bills to show you the parcel numbers, it'll look like this. Okay. You'll have the first 9 digits is really what you want to pay attention to. The last 4 zeros on the end, we just go ahead and drop those. So you got the first 9 digits is really what you want to pay attention to. Okay, so the first 4 digits are your book. And again, that's an actual book of maps. I'm not really going to go too deep into that right now, but just for our purposes, that is your book. The second 3 digits are your block. The first 2 are your page, and the last 2 are your parcel. As always on Facebook, on the Facebook Live, you can ask questions if you want, and we can see that I can answer them while we're on the air now. Okay, so let's jump into our plat map. So a lot of times you'll see these in our property profiles, or you can go on our website and pull a lot of these down. Our book and page will be right here in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, you see, here's our sample parcel number we're going to be working with for our purposes right now. Right here is our directional arrow. That's always going to be pointing north, so you know which way is going north. The item number 3 here is pointing to our lot number, which is our legal description. Assessor's parcel, the assessor's parcel number, if you remember, which is these last 2 numbers. That will always be in the circle, okay? That will be in the circle. So that's this number there, the number 10. On a lot of the maps, especially when it's a tract, a good subdivision, on the assessor's map, you will see see the dimensions, okay? You'll get to see the dimensions a lot easier. When you go out further and more of a rural area, they're not always you're not always going to see the dimensions on there, but we have tools that can help you out with that. The assessor's block is this number here in the oval. The oval. There's a couple of them there. Recorder's map book and page. That'll be down there, and that goes to your tract number. And again, I'm not really going to go into that for right now. We're just going to work with your parcel number. So first thing you want to do when you get a parcel number, you're going to look at your book and page, so you're going to pull up the right map. So book 480, page 19. And then the next thing we want to do is look for our block. So our block is 191. So let's write here. The one thing you really want to make sure, because this is a pretty simple map, it's kind of a small one. It's a small section of a plat map. You can have multiple block numbers on the page, so you really want to make sure you're picking out the right block, because there's 191 and there's 192. You can be 1 digit off, and you can be marking the wrong property. So we found our block, and our page and our parcel is number 10, which is right there in the circle. But let's say, for instance, you were looking for parcel 4. Let's say that's number said 04. So there is a 04 right there. And there's also a 04 right there. You can see how easy it would be to make a mistake, because you would just be 1 digit off. There's a block 192, a block 191, parcel 04. There's a parcel 04 there. So it's real important you pay attention to your parcel numbers, the block, because again, this is a small plat map or a small section of an area. Sometimes when you pull a bigger plat, another plat map that's zoomed out a little bit more, you could have multiple blocks on there. So it's real important you pay attention to that. Hopefully you guys have found this information useful. Is there anybody asking any questions there, Jason? Okay, we're good. If there are questions, go ahead. Feel free to type them in right now while we're on the air. When we do a vacant land workshop, I go over this a little bit more in depth because there are different maps out there. Because again, like I said, when you get in a more rural area, there's no engineering notes on this. And the correct name for this, I mean, you have a plat map. Some people call it a parcel map. The correct name for this is the assessor's parcel map. Okay. I think that's all I wanted to cover today for you guys. I hope you guys have a good Friday, and email us or call us and let us know if you have any questions. And keep an eye out for one of my emails when we're going to have our vacant land workshop. Because again, I go a little more in depth on these maps and show you how I pull up a tract map, a parcel map, and I show you what some of those things mean on the maps. So, hope you guys have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.